this is Cat's Diamond Painting. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've joined me here before. I'm here today to do another post review. I've only recently done one of these, and that's because I had a few paintings on the go before Christmas, and then I've sort of just had little bits to finish off on them. So this was my very first finish of 2024, and this is I Choose You from Diamond Art Studio. Get that so you can see all of it. And this is just an absolutely stunning painting. So I started this on the 4th of November for Diamond Art Studio's Purple Post Month event. And then I worked on it through November, sort of on and off because I didn't have a huge amount of diamond painting time in November. And got maybe about halfway through. And then I had a little break from it and worked on a different painting that I wanted to get done for Christmas. And then I came back to it after Christmas and then sort of fairly quickly finished the second half and finished this on the 8th of January. So yeah, it's taken me a couple of months, but on and off. It is legally licensed artwork from the artist Eszter Voros. You can see that down here in the bottom. And she also goes by EYCIIR, which stands for Everything You Can Imagine Is Real, which is really cool. And she's a very popular artist with Diamond Art Studio. They have several of her pieces. I've had a couple. There's a lot. You should check them out because I adore her artwork style. It makes me think of Dr. Seuss. My son was a big fan of Dr. Seuss books for a while when he was younger. I mean, I don't think that she's modelled it on that because they are different. But for me, it takes me back to those images. And I just find it really cool, you know, the sort of abstracty nature of it as well. Because I've often mentioned, I do really enjoy abstract style art in diamond painting. And yeah, it's glorious. I think that the finish is absolutely fabulous. So it's a 60 by 60 centimetre painting. And they do actually offer this in a choice of round or square. I went with square because generally if given the choice, that is what I will do. But it is available for round lovers, still in 60 by 60. So the rendering will be a little different, probably just a smidge less clear because that is the main difference you get when shifting from squares to rounds for a similar size, because rounds are a little bit bigger. Anyway, I digress. This is squares. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. So the quality of the piece is fabulous. It is the second diamond painting I've worked on from Diamond Art Studio. And they've gone through quite an evolution, I think, in the time that they've been open. So the last one that I worked on was one called Gingerbread House. And if you're interested in checking that out, I have all the usual sort of unboxings and kitting ups and post reviews of that. And I really, really enjoyed it. It did have, I think, a fair amount of trash drills and that kind of thing. And the drills were just a tiny bit gappy. This one I bought probably 6 months after that one. And a lot of the things were the same, like the canvas hadn't yet been upgraded. So it's the same sort of firmer feel canvas that they had for a while and that they have since upgraded. But the drills fit together much more snugly, which I really appreciated. Not that it was bad on Gingerbread House, but I noticed the improvement. More recent releases from them, of which I have a few, have a different kind of canvas, which is softer. They've got an even more clearly printed canvas and all sorts of cool features, like the way they've printed the colours. Anyway, I'm talking about different things that aren't relevant to this. My point is, this is not necessarily to the same standard that they are now producing, and yet it was really great. It was really enjoyable, so highly recommend. So what do I have to say about this? 43 colours. One was an AB, and they're just, look how colourful this middle section is. That's what really, really drew me to it, that night sky effect. And I also really love the blue trees. I don't know why, it just really appeals to me because whenever I do trees in a painting, normally, obviously, they are green. And yeah, these were blue and I liked that. And the sort of abstracty effect of that. Well, actually, that one's purple. It's been rendered really, really well, I think. Diamond Art Studio are a diamond painting company that hand renders their kits, and I really, really appreciate that in a diamond painting company, and it does make places stand out for me, because what that means is it may go through a computer program initially. It likely does, I assume. I don't know the process to, you know, initially translate the artwork to a painting, but then a human being is going over it, checking over it bit by bit, and just ironing out the little bits that, like, often if a piece is entirely computer rendered, you get little bits of erroneous confetti or just like a random drill of a colour amidst other colours, and just little bits like that where when you stand back it might still look great, but it can have a lot more confetti for it, and the confetti doesn't necessarily feel worthwhile. This piece did have a lot of confetti, which I'll get to in a bit, but I don't mind as much when I know that someone's checked over it, and if it's still in there, it means it's them being true to their rendering style, and it's going to contribute to the finished piece. As I said, the drills fit together really well, very important with squares, no popping whatsoever. I haven't used a roller even, but everything feels totally secure, and very little gapping. I mean, you can see small gaps, particularly in the whiter areas, but that's always the case with paler drills. But like in general, everything fit together really, really well, which I love. That's one of the reasons I love squares more than rounds, I think. It's just that completeness of the painting when the drills fit together and everything's covered. So yeah, really enjoyed that. And the drills were good quality. I don't remember having too much trash. Let me check my little pot. So, it feels like there is a fair amount in here, but as I always say at these points, I am fussy. Anything that's got any kind of blemish on it at all, I get rid of. You can see actually there's quite a lot of black drills in here, which is interesting because, as I'll get to in a bit, I did actually run out of that one colour. I had in my notes that there was a colour that was tending to clump a little bit. Sometimes you get that. Usually it's just with like one or two colours. And I have a drill grinder, so it's fine. If I'm not having to deal with it on every colour again, I don't really care that much about that. The glue was very good and sticky. I had occasional very, very, very tiny patches of slippy glue, but they were so small that it really didn't matter. You know, you could just put the drills around and then put your drill that needed to go in the slippy bit in afterwards, and it was absolutely fine. The level of confetti in the piece did take me a bit by surprise, and I will caveat that with the fact that despite having been diamond painting for almost 3 years now, I am useless at looking at a piece and working out how much confetti there will be. Obviously, you know, sometimes it's really clear, but I looked at this and I saw a big black section at the top, big white section at the bottom, and yeah, I saw lots of black outlines, all of that kind of thing, and I thought, yeah, I mean, there's some confetti in there, sure, but it's not going to slow me down too much. And I don't mind confetti, as I said, like when it works for a piece, I don't mind that it's going to slow me down a little bit because I know it'll be worthwhile. It's just that thing where you look at a painting and you think, oh, this will take me this amount of time. And then because I've misjudged that, it took me a lot longer. And that's why I kind of had a little break from it at the end of November, because basically I worked to probably about this point. And this section here was intense with confetti. Let me bring this up and show you some of it. So if you look at the sections like this, I mean, it's hard to even tell because a lot of the colours are quite similar. But this was really quite bitty, these shadowy bits. And even this white section that I thought was just going to be colour blocking, this bit is. But over here, it's more speckled. So yeah, it took me a little longer than I expected. And when I have a piece that's got a lot of confetti, I tend to do it in phases and have breaks, because it is one thing that can make me kind of burn out of a painting a bit. So it wasn't a problem, it just, I hadn't anticipated it. But the top half, well, not the top half, but the top well, the top half in general had a lot less confetti, and where there were more bitty bits, they weren't quite as intense as the lower half. But also all of this black at the top is colour blocking with just the odd AB scattered through it for stars. So yeah, that was satisfying. I thought I'd get more bored with that than I did, because as much as intense confetti can burn me out, intense colour blocking is far worse for me. I couldn't do a painting with huge amounts of colour blocking that didn't have confetti to balance it out. But it went so quickly, and because I did that bit last, it was actually just, you know, it was quite nice to whiz through that. I should say as well, I absolutely love these shooting stars, and they just come through so fabulously well in the viewfinder. It's gorgeous. That sky is just amazing, isn't it? And the moon, the way the moon kind of glows. It's got quite a few ABs in it, actually. It's just gorgeous. Also, this squirrel. What is the squirrel doing on the top of the tree? Why is he there? And how is he so cute? That is what I would like to know. Oh, this bit. Hunting for confetti. Look at this section down here. You can see there's just like a few drills of a colour and then a change. But it really works, doesn't it? The shadow effect is brilliant. I think it looks wonderful. As I said, I did run out of one colour. So let me just show you what I've got in here. So I ran out of 310. Oh, I don't know why I'm showing you, because obviously that is empty. Everything else I think was fine. I don't remember feeling like I was coming particularly close to running out of anything else even. Well, I suppose that colour had a fair amount in it and there's not a huge amount left, but it was fine. I didn't run out of anything else. I think that the only reason I ran out of black is because that colour was a bit more prone to trash, and it often is. It's a colour that is known for being problematic in drills. But I got about that far into that top row and thought, I don't have enough black drills to get through this. And I could have contacted Diamond Art Studio at that point, and I know that they would have sent me replacements and it wouldn't have been a problem. They have fabulous customer service. They're very, very responsive, very quick to respond when they're able to, because at the moment they've been slammed by a successful release. So they may be a little slower than usual at the moment. But yeah, they would send me more. But actually, it was 310. I had approximately 3,000,008 black drills in my spare drill stash. So I actually just went and raided that, and like that last little section over there, I just needed those. And it was fine. So yeah, I got through the painting without, you know, properly running out, because I could do that. But yeah, no problems. So I think that I will pan over this so you can see it a bit more up close. But bear in mind that a painting like this with a lot of confetti does look a lot better from further away. So this view through the viewfinder is much more reflective of how the artwork should look. But I'll give you a look up close anyway, and then I will come back and just say goodbye and give you my final thoughts. So there it is. I Choose You from Diamond Art Studio, one of my two Christmassy sort of finishes for this year. I say Christmassy-ish because this painting, I think, although it has a Christmas tree in the centre, it's kind of a winter painting. It's not exclusive to Christmas, which was another reason why I chose to leave this one to finish after Christmas when I realised I couldn't get both of my Christmas paintings done in time. So yeah, it's a gorgeous wintry piece. They still sell it. I don't know if it's in stock or not at the moment. I'll put that up on screen. But either way, they do still sell it, so you can follow their website to pick it up. It's very reasonably priced. Diamond Art Studio I find to be extremely good value for the quality that they offer. I think this one costs about £42, which is really not bad for a reasonably large sized, legally licensed diamond painting. In the UK, they also include free shipping in that price, which is also very speedy. So yeah, great company to order from. Do check them out if you haven't come across them before. Okay, thank you very much for watching today. I hope you have enjoyed checking out my first finish of 2024. Not sure how many I'm going to get to. I was going to say this year. I feel like I need to explain. Although this is my first finish of 2024, I do my diamond painting year-end review videos in April to mark the end of each complete year since I started diamond painting. So this will actually appear in my April review video. And I think, gosh, is it really? I think it might only be about finish 10 for the period since last April, which is kind of shocking to me. Having a shop and getting busier has really taken some of my diamond painting time. Some weeks the only diamond painting time I manage to do is my testing time for my putty. But anyway, I'm waffling on. But yeah, thanks for checking this out. And if you have liked this video, please consider dropping a like on it. If you have liked what you've seen here and you're not yet a subscriber to the channel, please consider subscribing. And I will hopefully see you again soon. Bye bye.